mothers, and happy Monday. Welcome to Mommy and Me Active and Free. Today we are joined by Marae Murphy. She is mother of three beautiful girls. Now, I want everyone to keep in mind this is Mommy and Me Active and Free, where mommies are free to be themselves. So you will hear children in the background. So, Marae, let's go ahead and get started. So, tell me a little bit about your journey to motherhood and your pregnancies.
Well, I first became a mommy in 2014. That's when my oldest daughter was born, Maya. So she's 6 now. She just turned 6 last month, March. And then my second daughter was born in 2016, and her name is Zoe. And then my youngest daughter was born December 2017, so that year gap almost. So yeah, it's four under what, four? 5 under 4?
You were kind of like get all your pregnancy in, and then
Sort of. Yeah, I mean, I guess once you started, you're just like, might as well go ahead. So now we just have one more in pull-ups, and then after that, no more diapers. We don't have to buy any more diapers.
Hey, diaper free, flushing everything. So tell me a little bit about, did you breastfeed them, or how did you make the decision to breastfeed them or not breastfeed?
Well, with my oldest, Maya, I didn't really know much about breastfeeding. So I tried to breastfeed her, but she was a NICU baby. So I had like a really rough delivery with her. So me getting to the NICU was a problem. And then once I left, I didn't start breastfeeding in the hospital. I tried to pump a little bit, but it didn't really work. So I got a little discouraged. But with my second daughter, Zoe, I breastfed her for a year and a half. Actually, no, it was a year. I breastfed her for a year. So it wasn't easy, as you know, but it was definitely worth it. It was a good bonding experience. But by the time that I had my third daughter, Taylor, I was over it. I was no more milk from me. Just because the weaning process was a little tougher than I had thought it would be because my middle daughter had allergies. So I kind of had to figure out what to get her off, like weaned off onto. So, but I mean, I highly recommend it. It was a great experience. I really hope that every woman can get to go through it. But I mean, if you don't, it's our choice. So
This is true. Now, you did say that it was a great bonding experience for you and Zoe. Do you think that you have a different bond with Zoe? Of course, we have different bonds with different children, but do you think that that bond is greater than Maya and Taylor? I'm sorry, because a lot of people, there's a myth going around that breastfeeding is the bond that you have with your child, and you won't have a bond if you don't breastfeed.
right.
So, what do you say to that, mother of three?
I would definitely have to say that I have for starters, I have a different type of bond with each one of my girls. So Maya, she's the firstborn. Like she's the one who made me a mama. So with her, that's just something that you just can't I can't compare that bond to the bond that I have with Zoe. But I will say that Zoe, she is more touchy feely towards me because I guess I did breastfeed her for so long and she's only 3 now. So whereas Maya was a little bit more self-sufficient, so she was like holding her own bottle by like 6 months or 5 months, whatever that time frame was at early age. Zoe didn't hold a bottle until she was almost 1. So it was just a little different. And then Taylor, TJ, she is the one that tests me the most because she's the like she's gonna let you know that I'm here. So it's it's just they're each different. So it's kind of hard to say like who I have the biggest bond with, or even to say that at all. But I definitely would say that I don't agree with that myth of if, because I've heard people say that if they did breastfeed their child, sometimes they don't even want to be touched. So it just depends on the child, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that's a myth.
So moms, it's okay whether you don't breastfeed. The children are getting
Right.
nutrients. That's what matters. Are the children getting nourished?
Right.
So you went on to talk about the bonding that you had with each one and how it's each individual. Now my question is, you had a baby and you had a toddler, and then you had a baby, infant, toddler, bigger toddler. So how was that to manage your time with them? Like, how was that on you as a mother?
Um, it's definitely at first I want to say like a culture shock type thing, just because there's this myth that, or I can't even call it a myth, it's a fact, where you go from no children to one, and it's like a huge adjustment, and then you go from 1 to 2, and it's a huge adjustment, and then from 2 to 3 it's like, I mean, there's just one more. Yeah. But now when I have just 1 or 2, it's like the easiest job in the world. But it's just because now I like it's almost like a growing phase, sort of. But I don't know how to word that one. I don't know. I just say you do it. You just do it. That's it. You just make sure that what needs to get done gets done. I guess you just develop that mentality as a mom. So you try not to even look at the numbers or they may overwhelm you. So you just go, you get it done.
So then there is a such thing as mommy mode.
Absolutely. It's hard to turn that mode off, but I feel like you're always in mommy mode. You have to remember to turn it off.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you are married, correct?
Yes.
So how, when they were infants and even in this time right now, how are you able to make time for your significant other?
Whew. It at first is very challenging because you're trying to, well, I guess I can only speak for myself because I was 5 months pregnant when I got married. So when I had my daughter, I was still learning what it was to be a wife. And then now you add motherhood, and it's like, okay, now I'm trying to continue to learn this man and then learn this new baby that we both have created. So she's parts of both of us. So it can be challenging to remember to put your put your spouse in the forefront sometimes. So I mean, now we have like regularly planned date nights. So where we may not go anywhere. Obviously, right now we can't go anywhere, but we just have a standing date night once a week, and we don't have to go anywhere even when we weren't quarantined. But it was just kind of like it's on our calendar. So no matter what we do, so if people wanted to come over, no, it's Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Or if you do come over, you got to be gone by like 6:45 because it's date night. So whether it meant sit down in front of the TV or I don't know, play a game or listen to some music or just something to get us out of our usual routine where we're not talking about the kids, we're talking about us and things that we like. So, I mean, I'm highly for scheduling time with your partner if you have to. So,
I'm gonna assume that was probably Taylor in the background.
Yes, they're there.
We love our kids. So with being a mom, because like you said, it's hard to turn off that mommy mode and when you're going. So how do you find time, not for your children, not for your significant other? How do you find time for yourself to recharge? And, what do you keep for yourself? For Marae, not for mom, not for
Right.
wife, for Marae.
I'm still working on that one. Um, I honestly, I would have to credit um, most of me remembering to get my time to Taylor, my husband, because um, I am very blessed to have an attentive partner to where if I am getting overwhelmed, he's like, you know what, go to the spa, or you know what, I'm gonna put the girls to bed tonight. And so it really took him kind of pushing me and reminding me it's okay. Go ahead, go have your alone time where you're not a mom, you're not a wife, you're just Marae.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am now that he's pushed me, I'm now getting into reminding myself, like, you know what? Today on Amazon, I'm not going to buy anything related to the girls. I'm going to buy a sundress. I'm going to buy. So it's just little things that you do. But it's definitely a practice because mom guilt is real. When you like step away and you're like, I don't, where are my kids? Like I'm supposed to be taking care of them. They have a dad. So um, it's definitely been a two-part effort that I'm not sure if anybody ever really masters.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, only time will tell. So.
So then, with that, talking about making time for yourself, how do you like in this time? You've had 6 years of being a mom. In the 6 years, have you ever felt like you've lost yourself to just being a mom?
Mm-hmm.
And if so, like how you were saying, it took Taylor to kind of push you out. Do you feel like you kind of found a niche for yourself? Like, how are you reborn?
I definitely do feel like I lost myself, and I don't know if it had to do with me getting married young or having kids young, to where I'm still trying to figure out myself. But it definitely did happen, and it's almost like a time where it happens and you kind of know it, but then you don't know it because you're still in mommy mode, so you can't really focus on you and everything that you need to do. So yeah, like I said, Taylor helped push me out of that. But honestly, what got me out of, uh, I guess, trying to like not focus on myself, or no, focus on myself and not 100% all the time, family and wife.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I started writing. So I would have to. It was a way for me to like get my thoughts out. So um, I know that like if there's some things that I can't like even voice out loud to myself, I would write them down on paper and then I'd read them. And it was just kind of like a release. So things that I may have been thinking, nobody ever had to know. There'd be times where I would like read it to Taylor. But it's really been writing, and then lately it's been working out. So I can get out, enjoy the sun. I see people from a distance. But I definitely, the fresh air, just getting out to a quiet space, just by yourself and just being, I guess.
It's important to have that time.
Mm-hmm.
I can I agree.
Quarantine makes it hard though, but hey, it's possible.
So understanding that and understanding you as Marae the mom and you as Marae the individual, what do the words active and the word free mean to you?
To me, it means that, I mean, something that my husband and I always have been talking about lately. Um, the biggest thing that we've just been, the challenge that we've been facing is staying active, like just doing something to just get up, get moving, because it just, not only does it, is it good for your physical health, but it's a huge mental thing. So if I'm laying down and I'm like the other day, I felt like I was going to sleep on the couch, and I was like, let me get up and go for a walk, because I just got to do something. I'm not supposed to be asleep right now, even though I can. But that, and then I guess with the encompassing of like your channel, it just gives moms like a chance to do this, a chance to just be themselves, just talk with no judgment. And then, like how you said with the breastfeeding thing, there are a lot of people who it's like different ends of the spectrum. So either some people are really for it or really against it, and you can just come to a community where somebody's like, "It's okay if you do, it's okay if you don't." So I guess that's the free part to me, just giving an atmosphere, which I think is really cool that you're doing for moms to just like a community, pretty much, so you don't feel alone. Because there is a mom that's pretty much in some way gone through the same thing that you've gone through. And if they can offer their advice or help, then I think it makes us all better. So,
I always say we might have different journeys, but we can all learn something from someone.
right.
And then you said, like giving advice. So, what advice would you give to a pregnant mom or a mom who wants to be pregnant in the future?
Um, I would have to say, uh, I guess it goes back to the just do it thing. I could seriously be a spokesperson for Nike because I'm like, there's no way to fully prepare yourself because you don't know what to expect. So everyone's parenting journey is different. So I guess before, like, even if you find out that you're pregnant and you're not ready, or you are ready and you find out that you're pregnant, I think that, sorry, I think that pretty much you just need to come in with that mentality of whatever happens, I got it and I can handle it and it won't break me. So, yeah, like this.
I'm guessing that's Zoe.
That's Taylor.
Oh, Taylor again. Two. And so the last question, so we can go ahead and get you to your girls. What do you know about being a mom?
It has made me realize that I have more patience than I could have ever known. And it made me realize that I'm stronger than I could have possibly imagined. Not just delivery, but just every day. Like, you don't think that you can sacrifice certain things. And then you learn that I can. Like, I can put like some quiet time away. Or even like now, where a normal person might freak out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, oh, okay. Well,
She's fine.
this is just, she's okay. She's fine. She's just in her room. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I do want everyone to know that Marae has her own business while she is being a mother of 3. She is in the cleaning business. So if you are looking for someone to clean your Airbnbs or maybe even your beauty salon, hit Marae up. We'll have her information down below. And thank you, mommies, for joining us. And thank you, Marae, for joining us and sharing your story. We'll see y'all next. Yo, you're welcome. We'll see y'all next Monday.
Bye.
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the interview today. Make sure you subscribe and share and hit that bell at the top. We'll see y'all next time.